Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Doing the reading for Scorpio today. This set of readings, I'm looking into Saturn's move into Aries and how that will be affecting your journey. So this will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may also check what your Saturn, what sign it was in natally, so in your birth chart when you were born, because that sign reading may also resonate for you as well, since we're specifically looking at Saturn this time. So Saturn moves through each zodiac sign. It takes roughly 2.5-3 years. So it's been in Pisces, and on May 25th, it's going to move into Aries, where it will be, I think, until the very early part of 2028. It is going to dip back into Pisces for a few months at the end of this year when it goes into retrograde. But once it starts its direct motion, it's going to go obviously back into Aries, where it will remain until it starts its transit into Taurus. Saturn is it doesn't really stay in zodiac signs honestly that long. There's generational planets that stay for much longer. But Saturn is a big planet. It's the Lord of Karma. So it's where we get a lot of lessons. They tend to be very difficult and harsh lessons, but it offers the most growth and the most expansion for your soul when you overcome these lessons. And Saturn tends to reward us very big for overcoming these lessons as well. And Saturn's also in charge of like karma on a grand scale. So if you are owed karma from a past life, Saturn would be the one that actually gives that to you. And so it doesn't always have to mean difficult lessons. Sometimes you go through a period of Saturn reward, and we'll find out when I pull the cards, but that may be the case for you guys. I've had a couple of the signs, actually a lot of the signs have been pretty good. I've had a couple that were pretty heavy, but for the most part, it looks like a lot of them, it's a lot of reward that's coming when Saturn moves into Aries. Again, doesn't mean it won't be difficult at times. That's always going to be the case with life, but it could be a little bit lighter, especially in the area of Saturn and karma and lessons. All right, so again, this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you care to book private services, you can do that at the website that's linked in the description below this video. You will also find my Instagram and my email there as well. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, Spirit, what is Saturn moving through Aries? What is this doing for Scorpio? What will be happening for Scorpio with this Saturn? Whoa, too many. The Saturn move through Aries. What is happening for Scorpio? Alright, we have Mercury, mind, with the number 3. So Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. You might have significant Gemini or Virgo placements. It also rules the 3rd house. So you may check where Saturn moving through Aries, what house is that transiting for you? It may be your 3rd house. You may have Saturn natally in your 3rd house. But what I'm getting with this is that we'll pull tarot and go deeper, but whatever's going on with the Saturn and Aries, it's affecting your mind. So whether this is going to be lifting a little bit of some heaviness that has been in your mind because you have overcome some lessons around your thought process, or that could be what's happening is that it's bringing attention to some negative thought patterns that you need to heal and work through. And that's what's going to be coming up over these next few years for you in order to face them and heal these aspects. Mercury is also about communication, so we're talking throat chakra, we're talking speaking. For some of you, it could have to do with that. You could be learning to use your voice more. Maybe it's easier to use your voice more because, again, depending on where you're at in this process, Saturn moving through Aries could be allowing you to speak your voice more because maybe Saturn in Pisces was a lot of harsh lessons around how you didn't do that in the past, and you're learning to do it. And you were learning to do it, and now it's easier for you. For some of you, I'm getting stuff around manifestation as well. Like manifestation is going to be easier for you because the difficulty in manifesting before was tied somehow to your thoughts and like the words that you used, that you either spoke aloud or how you spoke to yourself or about yourself. There's something there with that too. Also because this is green and the number 3, that's Empress energy, it's heart chakra. We're talking abundance as well. So it's that abundance mindset. So whether you are improving on your abundance mindset because of lessons you learned when Saturn was in Pisces, or Saturn in Aries is going to be bringing up areas of that you need to heal to get you to an abundance mindset. All right, let's get one more, please, for Saturn and Aries, what this is doing for Scorpio. How will this be affecting Scorpio? Alright. Okay, you have Leo, I will, number 17. This is interesting because Leo energy came out in the Libra reading I just did. So some of you could be Libra, Scorpio cuspers, possibly. But again, with this Leo, I'm getting that message of Leo, I will, that it's like, again, what I was saying about something about your mind or the words that you spoke or the thoughts that you had about self or even just the world and how it works was actually hindering your ability to manifest. But those were lessons you were learning, and now with Saturn moving into Aries, it's like you learned that lesson and now you're making things happen for you. You are making manifestations come in. You are doing the things that you say you're going to do. You're thinking the right way, like I can do this, I will do this, instead of I can't and XYZ for excuses. This is actually very similar to the Libra reading, just a little bit, as far as like taking control of your life and getting stuff done. So again, you guys might be cuspers and the Libra reading might resonate as well. But it's like you're getting that confidence back to go after the things you want, because again, you've worked on your mindset. You've worked on your mindset and the way that you speak about yourself, the way you speak things into existence, I'm hearing as well. All right, let's pull some tarot. Go a little bit deeper. Some of you might have Saturn in Leo natally. Doesn't have to be. Can I get clarification on the Mercury for Scorpio, please? Can I get clarification on Mercury mind for Scorpio? Ooh, Knight of Cups. This is about following your heart, letting your heart lead the way. Some of you might have previously had or will be during this Saturn and Aries a battle between your head and your heart. If you've already learned those lessons, then this is what is coming into balance, and it's what is finally allowing you to be like, you know what, I can do this. I will do this. I will make it happen, because your mind and your heart are operating cohesively together and they're going after the same thing. For others of you, you're learning lessons that's going to allow you over the next few years to bring your heart and your mind together so that you can act as one force towards the things that you want. Get one more, please, for Mercury mind for Scorpio. Okay. 4 of Wands. Celebration, happiness, building a home. Maybe building a home with someone. I'm just, again, getting the head and heart together. It's bringing you more joy, more happiness, more celebration. It's bringing you the life that you want, is what I'm hearing. The life that you want. Clarification for the Leo I will. Scorpio, please. Oh shit, yeah. 9 of Pentacles. This is, again, going back to that 3. This is pre-Empress energy, which the Empress is 3 in tarot. But this is being autonomous. It's being independent. It's being abundant. It's loving who you are. Like, to me, this is almost the epitome of Leo energy. Like, 9 of Pentacles is perfectly good on your own. You have everything that you need. And it's not that you can't have relationships, friendships, all of that stuff. You can have that too. But this is like feeling solid on your own. You don't need anybody else to help you create the life that you want. You have the life that you want all on your own. And that anyone else that comes into it should be someone that just adds to that abundance and happiness and joy, doesn't take from it or doesn't need you to provide it to them. So this is not a hyper independent in a toxic way. I don't need anybody. This is just like, I got me. I know I've got me, and I will always have me, and I'm going to make the life that I want. It will be built exactly how I want it to be. It's actually an amazing energy with it coming out under the Leo I will, to clarify that. This is absolutely wonderful. This is too, but the power that's radiating off this Leo I will and this 9 of Pentacles is unbelievable. Can I get one more, please? Clarify Leo I will for Scorpio. Get one more, please, Spirit, to clarify Leo I will for Scorpio. What do we got here? 2 of Swords. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of an indecision there of not sure which path to take. I think what I feel with that energy is just a little bit of uncertainty, just because I think that there are a lot of possibilities and you're seeing those now. And again, going back to that, your heart and your mind are one, and this like Leo, this I will energy, I will make it happen. It's like you're seeing all the possibilities, so it's kind of got you in a little bit of like, oh my God, there's all these possibilities. I love all of them, but I can't go after all of them, at least not at the same time, right? So it's like, which one or ones am I going to go first? Like, you can't take, if you see the 2 of Swords as kind of like 2 different paths, it's like you can't walk 2 different paths that split at the exact same time. Like, you can take one until it ends and then be like, okay, that was cool and I did all of that, so let me go back and go down this other path, but you can't do them both at the same time. So it's kind of like a little bit of that energy. It's like, I can't do all of these things at once, even though they are all available to me, and I can have any of them that I want. So it's kind of like, which one do I pick? And what I'm feeling is that there's no wrong answer. It's of your choosing. But you are going to have to choose one. So you are going to have to choose one. I feel like you will, because in this, she has this one shell and she's holding it close to her chest. So I think you will. I think this is also a message to me of you need to pick the one that is the dearest to your heart, because she's holding that shell close to her heart. And then you also have the Knight of Cups here, which is all about following your heart and your emotions. And we have this, like, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it kind of looks like a zodiac wheel, but it's like this energetic sacred geometry type thing that looks like it's coming out of her heart space. So I think that you need to pick the one that feels the most dear to your heart, that lights you up the most emotionally, that like really gets your heart pumping, whether that's a person or a job or a creative endeavor, or, you know, just whatever it is. I feel like you're gonna go after the one, and should go after the one that like calls more to your heart. Not that your mind and your heart aren't set, but your mind can sometimes play tricks on you, even when we're at our most healed, okay? And so it can start causing some confusion, especially when there are a lot of options. So what I'm feeling with this is it's more of a go with your heart type situation. That actually makes a lot of sense too, because Leo rules over the heart. Leos are known for having big hearts and being extremely generous and loving, and they rule over the heart. So you need to go with the heart here. Don't let your mind trick you into thinking you need to take a different route, or it's kind of given me that feeling again of like your head and your heart are on the same page, but you see all these different options, and now it's like, well, now your mind is starting to play tricks on you, and it's like, well, this is the thing that I really want, but this thing over here makes more sense. Whether it's because it's, you know, it makes more sense in this world that I live in, or it makes more sense financially, or for whatever, you know, reason your mind is wanting to come up with to tell you why the other option makes more sense. You need to go more with the one that is emotionally fulfilling, not necessarily logical. But again, you don't want to pick the one that's completely illogical either, because we've got head and heart together here. So you want them to be somewhat in balance. It's just more so of not letting your mind trick you. All right, Spirit. Sorry guys, I'm gonna pull and get some advice from Spirit for you guys. What advice do you have for Scorpio during the Saturn and Aries transit? Shouldn't really say transit. It's Aries, or Saturn's move through Aries. Advice for Scorpio. Ooh, see? Your dreams need a practical plan. A full moon in Taurus. So a couple things with this. Number one, full moons may be especially significant for you over the next few years, specifically full moons in Taurus. But this is again bringing me back to what I just said. It's that you don't want to pick the option that's completely illogical, or you don't want to go after it in a completely illogical way. You need to use your mind to some extent, because there does need to be a plan here of how you're going to achieve and go after the thing that you want. You can go after it because you have all this heart-centered feeling around it, but you need to use your mind and how to do it. There still has to be a practical way to go about it. You've got to have some kind of plan in place of how you're going to move towards it, how you're going to achieve it, how you're going to maintain it, whatever it is. There's got to be some kind of a plan here. And that's going to be one of the biggest challenges with Saturn and Aries is like, yes, it's that fire energy. So it's going to, you know, that Aries energy makes us want to go after things, right? It's not only is it fire energy, it represents the Fool and Tarot. It's taking leaps of faith. But Saturn is going to make you ground it a little bit more. Whereas Aries wants to just run and leap off the cliff without a thought of where they're going to land. Saturn is saying, whoa, wait a minute, like, but you could die. That's super extreme. But again, you could leap off this mountain and there could be jagged rocks that's thousands of feet below you that you're going to fall on and you're going to die. So we need some kind of plan. Like, you can leap off the mountain, but we need something as like a backup, like maybe put a parachute on that you can use if needed. Are you trying to jump from one side to another over like a canyon? Can you do it? How far back do you need to go? Do you need to get how much of a running start do you need to have? How high do you need to jump? Like, these are the practicalities of getting to what you want. And so Saturn is saying you can have what you want. Aries is giving you that push, that drive, that motivation, that fire energy. But Saturn is saying, but you have to make a plan to get it. You can't just go leaping off the ledge. You gotta have a plan. It doesn't have to be perfect. And for some reason they're saying I need to say that. So some of you may feel like it has to be perfect and everything laid out before you. No, you just need to have the practical plan before you take the next step. And then when you get there, make another plan. How am I gonna take the next step? Can you get one more, please? Advice, Spirit, for Scorpio for this Saturn move through Aries. So don't just go leaping off cliffs, making sudden irrational decisions, okay? You gotta have some logic behind it too. You use your mind. They can work together. They are working together better maybe than they ever have. And that may be some of the lesson here is actually doing that more. Using more of your head and your heart together and kind of learning how to do that to make this plan to go after this life that you want. And then this is just another backup message of that adjustments are required. So wherever your heart is at, it's in the right place. Your heart is in the right place. You just got to make a plan. You got to make some adjustments in order to get there. It's not that you can't have it. It's not that it's not meant to be yours. In fact, I'm getting the opposite in this reading. It is 1,000% yours. You are meant to have it, but Saturn is saying, but you got to go about it the right way. I'm not refusing it to you because it's not yours, because you're not owed it. I'm telling you that you've got to learn how to put some plans in place. There's got to be some kind of organization here. So if some of you have been very lapsadaisical about life before and you just kind of went after things, it's like if they didn't work out, it wasn't because it wasn't meant for you. It was because you just went off cuff and went after it, leaping off of the ledge. And Saturn's like, no, that's not how we do this. You got to be more intentional about how you go after the things that you love and that you want. And with this Nine of Pentacles, it's saying you have everything that you need. You are strong, you're independent, you're autonomous, you're abundant, you're stable, and you have the heart. You just have to make the plan, some kind of a plan of how you're going to go about doing it, how you're going to achieve the thing that you want, how you're going to go after the thing that you want. But I'm also getting this message of like, but also don't be too serious. With this Knight of Cups and the Four of Wands, like life is meant to be fun as well. This Leo energy is heart, like I said, it's the heart. It's meant to be playful and light and fun and cheery. Like, yes, you want, it's like this balance between the both. Freely go after the things that your heart desires, but make a plan. Don't just decide this is what my heart wants and then just go. Like, okay, this is what my heart wants. How can I make a practical plan to get there without losing all of my life savings or losing everything I've built up to this point in my life? Those kinds of things. You can do both. Head and heart together. Have a practical plan, make adjustments to what you're wanting to go after, and you can have it. So that's what you're going to be working on over the next few years with Saturn and Aries. You guys might see some lessons come up around that. And I don't even really want to say lessons. This feels more like opportunities to display that you have learned that you can use your head and your heart together. Opportunities to display that you can make a practical plan, that you've learned how to do that. Opportunities to display that you can make adjustments when necessary. This Nine of Pentacles says you've learned the lesson. Now you got to prove that you've learned it. Now you have to prove that you really did. Saturn believes that you have, but it wants you to show it that you have. So now's your opportunity to show it. And you will get what you want. You will be rewarded for it. But you got to show that you've learned that you can use your head and your heart together cohesively. All right, guys, I hope that resonated. It's actually a really beautiful reading. It doesn't feel super difficult. Like, again, it does feel like some moments where you're going to have to prove this, particularly with this card here. I'm getting a little bit of kind of not even a frustrated, but more like annoyed. I kind of have a feeling like you guys are going to go after something. And then there's going to be like this teeny tiny obstacle in the way. And it's just going to be annoying because you're going to figure out how to overcome it. And then you're going to think it's smooth sailing, and then another little one's going to come up. They're going to be little, insignificant, but they're going to keep happening. And it's going to be annoying, but it's all because it's Saturn making you prove that you can adjust, that you can go down the path and you can find that there's something in the way, and that you're not going to give up and turn around and go back and decide that it's too hard, it's too illogical to keep going after this. That instead, You're going to sit down, you're going to make adjustments and figure out how can you go around the mountain, or do you need to climb up it? If you're going to climb up it, what tools do you need to be able to do that appropriately to get there in the safest way possible? So it's going to be stuff like that. It's nothing big, it's nothing super frustrating. I'm not even feeling like a really angry or defeated kind of feeling off this reading. It's more of just like being annoyed. Okay. What they're giving me is like, I don't know if you guys have ever had one of those days where you're already, just for whatever reason, like you just kind of wake up in like an annoyed mood, and then you're already kind of frustrated, but you're hoping the day will turn around, and then you get like a pocket stuck on a door handle. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you're trying to, I don't know, like you get a spoon out of the drawer and then you close the drawer, but then when you go to turn, you're stuck because your pocket gets stuck on the drawer handle. Or you're, trying to get out the door and get the door locked so you can get to the car and get to work or get on with the rest of your day, and hoping the day will get better. But then after you lock the door and you turn to walk away, it's like you shut your like coat in the door and you're stuck, and so now you have to unlock the door and open it and get your coat. It's like that kind of stuff. It's like it can be so freaking frustrating in the moment, and it's super annoying, but it's also like so easy to overcome. It's like it feels like that's the kind of energy that it is that I'm feeling off of this reading. And it's just, they're little stupid things like that because Saturn wants you to prove that you can make adjustments and keep going. That you can unlock the door and open it and pull your coat out of it, shut the door, lock it, and go on with your day without it completely derailing your plans. That's what this is all about. All right, Scorpio. I don't know if I called you guys Leo. If I did, I'm sorry. I feel like there's a lot of Leo energy in this reading, and I know we got the Leo card, but just like a lot of Leo type energy here. So anyways, I hope it resonated. It was a really good reading. Thank you guys so much for letting me read for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.